Okay, you see the data warehouse architecture slide, right?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Um See, you have an idea on database. That's what you told me, right? See, let us
Yeah.
start from the beginning, the basics. Okay.
Okay.
So we have been using the database from past so many years, and the first question arises like, what is the need for? I mean, not only the database, anything we take it. Let us take anything like Java, C++, or any tool or any language. The first question comes from why do we need it? Okay,
Okay.
let's ask this question before we, start knowing about anything. So coming to the database, why do we need a database? Okay, so
Okay.
earlier in olden days, in order to maintain any, anything, any information, the people used to depend on books. They call it as ledgers, and they used to write all the information in books.
Okay.
Okay, which is time taking and also which has its own, I mean, because at that time people do not have any other alternative. Say suppose
Mm.
you have a bank account. Say you have a bank account with a bank called XYZ, and you have opened a bank account and you have been to the whatever the transactions that you want to do. Earlier days, it has to be done with only that particular branch. Say you
Okay.
have a bank account, say with a bank called Bank of America, and in a place called Washington. But
Mm.
say you've been to another place, you've been to New York for for some personal reason, and say suppose if you you want to withdraw some amount, and if you want to do some transaction with the bank, either deposit or withdraw some any kind of transaction.
Mm.
But has it been the olden scenario, you will not be able to do that because all your information is limited to only one particular branch. So
Okay.
during that time, all the information is being maintained in the form of a book. So during those days, we do not have any facility like online facility, meaning the information cannot be shared from one place to another.
Okay.
So with the advance of these computers, we the moment we started using these databases, basically we started using these databases to store the data.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so but mainly the databases are used for storing the transactional data. So what is a transaction? Say just now we took an example of that. So you have an opened an account with the bank ABC, and whatever the interaction that you make with the bank, say you go to bank either to deposit money, either to withdraw money, okay, whatever the action that you perform with the bank is a transaction.
Okay.
Say suppose on day one you've been to a bank and opened a bank account with an amount of 1,000 rupees. So initially
Okay.
people will open a bank account for you, and they will enter a record for you. Okay, Shamli,
Okay.
so and so is the account number, and so is the amount that has been deposited, say 1,000. And day
Okay.
two you get the same branch and you have deposited more 1,000 rupees. So they'll update their
Okay.
record saying, okay, family had walked into our branch on so and so day and deposited so and so amount, and now the net balance is 2,000 rupees. Similarly, even
Okay.
when you go and withdraw some amount, same would be the case. They would update their record so that the net balance would be reflected.
Okay.
So with these advance of this, once these computers are made online, now you walk into any other branch of that bank in any other city or region, you can still make a transaction with the bank because whatever the information that is stored is made available to the all its branches.
Okay.
Okay, nowadays you can do even internet banking or whatever you want. So all these things are
Okay.
because everything was is made online.
Okay. Yeah.
So mainly the point over here is the databases, the use of databases. We use these databases to store any transactional data. So banking is one example. One other example,
Oh.
like you're in US, so you go to any shop, say Walmart. So
Mm.
say the Walmart guys has huge number of products, And in order to keep track of all the products, meaning how many items, what items are being sold to what person, and all those things, they have to maintain all these transactions. Again, they have to depend on these computers. Okay, you walk into any store and you purchase some 10 products on a given day. So you will get your bill or invoice. So where it will list all the products and what is the quantity and what is the total amount. So that it will help them to keep track of what items are being sold at what price, so that they can calculate how much profit or loss that they are making, or what is the quantity that they need to order more, so that they are not get short of these products.
Okay.
So these databases in today's world are used in almost all the business applications.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is the
Yeah.
purpose or like use of databases. Now, around from almost late in 1990s, we came up with this term called data warehousing.
Okay.
So when we say data warehousing, again it's a database, meaning though we use the word called data warehouse, again to store the actual data, we are again depending on databases only.
Database. Yeah.
Yeah. But what is the difference between database and data warehouse? Is the question. So as I said just now, we are using these databases for transactional purpose. Meaning, I am owner of some ABC company. I just want to keep track of all my transactions. Meaning, how many products I have, how many products are being sold, and what is the profit I am making. So I am just using databases just to keep track of all the transactions.
Okay.
But in data warehouse world, my idea would be different. My usage would be different. Okay, over a period of time, I evolved as a bigger organization, a bigger company. Say I have spread across many countries and many. Say suppose my business has grown over the past few years, and I have established my branches all over the world.
Okay.
So my next target would be, how am I doing my business? Am I doing good?
Okay.
If I am doing good, what are the what are the ways to increase my business more?
Okay.
If I am lagging behind, what are the ways to improve my business?
Okay.
So the next process would be, how can I improve my business? How can I do the business in more better way? How can I do the business in more intelligent way?
Okay.
So these questions would come up. So I would use then I would be using this data warehousing for my BI purpose, business intelligence purpose, doing the business in an intelligent manner.
Okay.
So in order to do that, so what is the main factor for doing the business in a better way is the decision making. The better the decision that I take, the better would be my growth, my profits.
Okay.
Okay. So in order to take better decision, intelligent decision, I would use this data warehouse. So basically, I would use this data warehouse to do analysis. I want to analyze my data, and I want to get to know about facts about my business, and based on the facts, I have to take the decision.
Okay.
Say for an example, I have been established, I say almost all over the world. Say suppose I want to, say I have established 2 branches in India. Say suppose in Hyderabad and say one in Mumbai. But and if I want to plan for expansion, meaning I want to go for more stores in different cities, Bangalore and Kolkata and other cities.
Okay. Okay.
But in order to do that, I want to know how I have been doing in my current existing locations, that is in Hyderabad and Mumbai.
Okay.
Suppose if I am a person who is based out of New York, and I might not be knowing that well about these countries, these cities in other countries. Okay, I might not be knowing that well because I am not a localite.
Okay.
So for that, what I would be doing, I'll just be simply sitting on my machine and I'll say, okay, what are the sales in India at Hyderabad branch for past 1 year?
Okay.
How are my sales? What is
Okay.
the trend? Are the sales increasing? Are the sales decreasing? Can I invest more in that country? How are the local
Okay.
factors? Meaning, what is the amount that I have invested, and what is the return on my investment?
Okay.
Are the conditions favoring to me for my business? Okay, basically I'll just
Okay.
query my data. I mean all the existing data. Say suppose I have established my business in India. I mean 5 years back. So how are
Yeah.
my sales for the past 5 years? How are my
Okay.
sales in so and so year, in so and so quarter? So first
Okay.
I'll do some analysis on the existing data, and based on that analysis, I'll take some decision. Okay, whether conditions are
Okay.
favoring for me to establish a business in India. Am I making profits for the amount that I have invested?
Okay.
So I'll do all these analysis, and then I will take the decision whether to go for another extra branch or not. If the conditions
Okay.
are favoring, then I'll go for the new branch.
New branch.
So here I'm using the data warehouse to do the analysis, and that analysis is helping me to take better decision, and because of this better decision, my business is still growing and I'm making more profits. So end of
Okay.
the day, database is transaction oriented and data warehouse is analysis oriented.
Okay.
So database I'm just making to keep track of my transaction, how many products are being sold and how many quantities to so and so what person and all. But
Okay.
data warehousing I'm used like, okay, there I might be bothered, okay, which product is being sold to which person and all. But in coming to analysis phase, I might not go in that details. Here I might say, okay, how are my sales over the quarter? Okay, how are my sales for this product over the quarter? So here
Okay.
it would be more like a summarized data. I mean, I will be doing the analysis or based on some summarization. Okay, how are my sales over the quarter? How are my sales for
Okay.
this product?
Okay.
Okay, so basically database is an transaction oriented. So that is the reason we call the database system, I mean database systems as OLTP systems, online transaction processing.
Okay.
And we call these data warehousing systems as OLAP system, online analytical processing. Okay.
Okay.
So the next question, like, okay, how these data warehouses are being built? Like, what is this data warehouse? Again, I told data warehouse is going to be a database, but how we are storing and using the data is going to be different.
Okay.
So in OLTP systems, in online transaction processing systems, I'll not be storing huge amounts of data. Probably I'll be storing a week's data or a month's data, because for my online systems, like for my OLTP system, there speed is one of my main I should be quick enough to say I have a store and I'm billing your items. I cannot keep you waiting for more time to make the bill.
Okay. Yeah.
So over there, I do not really want to overload my system with these huge volumes of data. So there, I would be maintaining the data just for a week or at most for a month. So there, the volumes would be relatively less.
Okay.
And the moment I say, suppose I am maintaining only weekly data, and every week I would be taking the data back up on some tapes and whatever, and I'll be keeping my system. I'll not be overloading my system with that huge amount of data.
Okay.
But in data warehouses, yeah, you have any questions?
No. No. I'm just replying for that.
Okay. But in data warehousing world, so here I am using the data warehouse for analysis. Okay, say I have established my branch at India at Hyderabad some 5 years back, and if I have to establish another branch, I want to know how I have been doing the business for the past 5 years.
Okay.
Okay. Simply like say,
Okay.
just like tomorrow you go and apply for a new job, so they will ask for your resume profile, and they will start how you have been doing right from your 10th class, class 2 and in the engineering or master's. So they want to know, and because they have never seen how you work, but they want to judge you based on your past performance.
Yeah.
So similarly, here I did not open my branch, and before doing that, I just want to judge based on the past performance.
Okay.
So the judgment could be better if I take if I use as large as possible, use data as possible.
Okay. Yeah.
Say suppose people have only your master's information, they do not have your undergraduate or like your engineering or your class 2 or your 10th class information. Say suppose you are really doing well in 10th class 2 and your engineering, but because of some factors, say you have fallen sick or like because of some factors, you really did not do that good in your master. Say you have only 60%.
Okay.
So that should not be the factor. Okay, factor for me to consider you. Okay, she got only 60%, she just an average. That should not be the factor. That might lead me to misunderstand.
Yeah.
So if I have as used it as possible, say right from your class 10. Okay, she has done good in class 10, class 12, and engineering, and she probably did not do that well in MS. Probably there could be some reason. So then I might think, okay, she's basically a good candidate, but because of some reason, she did not do well in MS. So then my opinion about you would be different.
Okay.
Okay. Even in business, if I have a huge volumes of data, I mean, as huge volumes of data, then my decisions are going to be more accurate.
Okay.
My interpretations are going to be more accurate. So for that reason, it is always better to have huge volumes of data in data warehousing.
Yeah.
So that is the reason in data warehousing we are going to have huge volumes of data.
Huge. Okay. Yeah. Huge data, and in transactional we store less amount of data.
Exactly. Okay. Now the next question: how this data is fed to my data warehouse?
Sorry.
Okay. Now the next question is: say I am saying in order to do the analysis, I need say past 5 years data.
Okay.
But now the question is how I will get the past 5 years data.
Okay.
From where I will get this data. Okay. So I mean, what am I analyzing? I am analyzing my own sales at so and so location for the past 5 years. So I want the same data. So from where I can get? So from where I can get?
From data warehousing?
Yeah, from databases. Meaning I have been using my database system to maintain my transactional data.
Yeah.
That data would become my source. But there I am removing data, taping or archiving the data for every week. So what I will do before I archive the data, I will extract that particular data from my transactional system and I will load into my data warehouse.
Okay.
So I might extract daily, weekly, or monthly. I mean, based on the frequency and based on the different factors.
Can you repeat it one second? The voice is cutting actually.
Okay, what I'm saying is I might extract. I mean, for my data warehouse, the source is my transactional data, which is in databases.
Yeah.
So I need to, but I'm archiving my data. I'm actually kind of taking out my data to tapes for every week, say suppose.
Okay.
So before my data is getting archived, I should get the data into my data warehouse system,
Okay.
data warehouse
Okay.
database.
Yeah.
So I should be extracting that data before it gets archived.
Okay.
So say suppose what I'll do daily, say my store would open from morning 7 a.m. till night 11 p.m.
Okay.
So my systems will be idle say from 11 p.m. till next day morning 7 p.m.
Thank you.
Then I will ask my data warehouse team guys to extract the data during this non-business hours, because if I start extracting the data during business hours, it would impact the people, it would impact my customers.
Yeah.
So I will ask my data warehouse team people to extract to unload the data from my database during non-business hours. So I will tell them,
Yeah.
guys, okay, my source system, I mean for them, my system would be the source.
Okay.
So I will tell them, guys, my system is going to be free from so and so time to so and so time. So if at all you want to extract any data, you have to do it only during this time.
Okay.
So that my data warehousing team will start hitting this database only during non-business hours.
During the non-business. Okay.
Okay. Say suppose I want to do some more analysis, like I want to invest more amount of money, say to this retail store.
Okay.
Earlier my requirement is I want to establish a new store in India.
Okay.
For that I have analyzed the data which is present in Hyderabad and Mumbai, so that I will get to know how am I doing the business in this India.
Okay. Okay.
Now my idea is, now my interest is like I want to pump in more money into the business. So in order to do that, I should understand how I am doing the business all over the world.
Okay.
So again I will analyze, okay, how are my sales for last year all over the world. How are my sales last year all over the world, last quarter.
Okay.
So now I have to analyze the data in all the branches all over the world, that is spread across all over the world, not only in India, which is spread across Hyderabad and Mumbai. Now I have to get my data from all over the world, from Europe, from all the Asian countries, again from US countries, different states. Now all these source systems, like at each and every branch, each and every branch would be having its own source system, like database, or it could be anything. So my data warehouse team should be extracting data from all these different branches and load that data into a single place. Okay. With this understanding, now take a look at my screen.
Okay.
So the arrow that I highlight, see here, you see something here as data warehouse, right?
Data warehouse, yeah.
So this is the place where I am going to load the data. My data warehousing team would extract and load it into data warehouse. If you see towards left side, I have some diagrams like data sources. They say external sources,
external source and
operational DBs and the data sources. Here, what he's trying to say is, say suppose in India, say at Hyderabad, they are storing the data in a database, and I am using Oracle as my database. At branch level, at store level. But in Mumbai, they say suppose due to some I have established my branch in Hyderabad somewhere around 2000, and during that time I got the Oracle database for a better deal, Okay, and say I have decided to use Oracle. But in Mumbai, say I have established somewhere around 2005, and during that time, say DB2 is more in demand and it has more features than Oracle, and it is also costing me less. Say I decided to go with DB2 at Mumbai.
Okay.
Say suppose somewhere some branch at London, UK, it was established during very old time, say in 1950s or 40s, where this database are not in picture at all.
Okay. Yeah.
So at that time, say suppose they have been using some flat files, some notepad text or some Excel sheets or something, anything.
Yeah.
Okay. So from this example, what I'm trying to say is, my source data can be residing on anywhere, on any machine, on any kind of, it could be a database system. If it is a database, it could be Oracle, it could be DB2, it could be SQL Server, it could be Teradata, any database.
Okay.
Or it might not be database at all. It is just a flat file.
Okay.
Or it could be some mainframe system.
Okay.
So my data sources, source to my data warehouse, I call them as data sources.
Data source. Okay.
So my data source could vary. It could be a database. If it is a database, it could be Oracle, DB2 or anything. Or it could be simply a flat file, or it could be a mainframe system.
Okay.
So I can extract the data from different data sources, and I should be able to extract from different data sources. I should do some transformation, and I should load into this data warehouse.
Data warehouse. Okay.
Okay. Now you might, now I am extracting the data. That is the reason I have a word called extract.
Okay.
This arrow.
Yeah.
And I am actually loading the whatever the data that I am extracting into data warehouse. That is the reason I called it as load.
Load.
Okay, next is transform. Let's try to take a simple example to understand what this transformation means. Okay?
Yeah.
Say I am based out of New York. I am a US guy, and so I have my business spread across all over the world. But I can understand only anything which is related to US terminology. Say suppose rupees. I can understand the transactions that are happening in only in dollars.
Okay, yeah.
So, but if a guy who is store manager in India, say in Hyderabad, so if at all he has to feed in the data, so he cannot maintain in dollars because here people will transact in rupees.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Similarly, if for a guy who is a store manager in UK or some any European country, their people might be transacting in their own currency, say euros or pounds or anything. Similarly, some Arabian countries, their dinars or whatever is the local currency.
Okay.
Say suppose I want to see what are the sales. I am guy in US. I want to see what are the sales for my last year, first quarter. What are the total revenue? What are the total sales and what is the total revenue?
Okay.
Say I cannot have these many different currencies. Probably I might not be knowing the local currency in all these countries. But I want to see the amount in only in dollars.
Yeah.
Okay. So what has to be done is, before I send this data, so it is getting extracted in terms of rupees. But before this amount gets loaded into database, data warehouse, it should get transformed into dollars. So this rupees amount should get converted into dollars. So I should make some transformation. Say suppose I have $1,000. Say suppose I have some 1600. What is the dollar value today? Is some say 70 rupees. Say I have $1,400. If I have to convert into dollar, I'll do 1400 by 70, and it gives me $20. So though while reading, I'll read it as 1400 rupees, but while loading, I should transform it into dollars, that is $20, and I should load this $20 amount, not 1400 rupees.
Okay, yeah.
So that means I should transform the data that I am extracting, and I should massage the data, I should transform the data, and then I should load into the target system.
Okay.
So in order to do these things, extraction, transformation, and to load, I take help of some of the tools.
Okay.
Okay, and those tools which are popular in today's market are, one is Informatica from Informatica Corporation, next is Data Stage from IBM, and third is Ab Initio from Ab Initio Corporation.
Okay. Okay.
So in short, Ab Initio is an ETL tool that would help me to extract, transform, load. Extract the data from data sources. It could be any data source. It could be a flat file. It could be a mainframe system. It could be a database. Coming to a database, it could be Oracle. It could be DB2. It could be SQL Server. Anything. If my ETL tool should be able to connect to any kind of data source, and it should be able to transform the data, and it should be able to load the data into my target system.
Okay.
Into that is data warehouse.
Okay.
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 You have any questions till now?
No, it's very clear.
Okay. So now you got some idea like what this Ab Initio, what it does, how this tool fits in data warehouse world.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay. You got general idea of what is the difference between a database and data warehouse.
Yeah, I got it.
Why do we need a data warehouse and all?
Yeah, everything. It's very clear.
Cool. So, I have taken help of this slide just to, give you some brief information like why, why do we need this data warehouse.
Data warehouse, yeah.
Okay, next, there are few other slides. These we can take later, like these are more detailed for data warehouse, like it's a separate topic altogether. But I'll just discuss a few slides.
Okay.
Finish. So these slides talk about what the ETL tool does: extract, transform, and load. So ETL is a process in database usage, and especially in data warehouses, that involves extracting data from outside sources.
Yeah.
So it could be outside sources means anything. It could be flat file, it could be database, or it could be mainframe system, anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Transforming the data which is being extracted to fit the operational needs, which can include quality levels, and loading the data into the end target. End target is again database, but that database that we are calling it as a data warehouse because the usage is different.
Yeah.
Okay. So here he says in detail whatever we will discuss. The first part of an ETL process involves extracting the data from the source systems. Most data warehousing projects consolidate data from different source systems. Common data source formats are relational databases and flat files.
Flat files, okay.
But may include non-relational database structures such as information management systems or other data structures such as virtual storage access method, VSAM, that is mainframe files, or index sequential access methods, or even fetching from outside sources such as through web spidering or screen scrapping. Okay, these are some of the, as I said, like my source could be anything. It could be any data relational system, it could be any flat file, it could be any mainframe system, or it could be any online system, meaning I can get data directly from any message queues or anything.
Anything, okay.
And next is a transform. The transform stage applies a series of rules or functions to the extracted data from the source to derive the data for loading into the end target. As I said, like rupees and dollars, or non-dollar to converting a non-dollar value to dollar. And finally, we load it into the data. The load phase loads the data into the end target, usually the data warehouse, DW.
Okay. Yeah.
That is in nutshell about these three.
Okay.
I'm looking for a slide where it talks the differences between OLTP and OLAP. Okay, this is data warehouse. Okay, so the difference between OLTP, online transaction processing, and OLAP. Okay, let me give a few more slides. Okay, coming to the proper definition of data warehouse, different people have defined the word called data warehouse in different ways. Okay, in data warehousing industry, we consider two people as the scholars or the fathers of data warehousing technology. One is Ralph Kimball and another is Bill Inman. These two are the persons. Yeah, Ralph Kimball, spelled as RALPHKIMBALL.
Okay.
And another is Bill Inman, BILL and INMON.
Okay.
So these two are the scholars, or the people who pioneered, or like who are there from the beginning and who has done a lot to the data warehouse.
Okay.
So what Inman defined the data warehouse as is, a data warehouse is a subject-oriented, integrated, non-volatile and time-variant collection of data in support of management decisions. That management decision is, for example, I told you, I want to establish a new branch in some other city.
Some other place, so we need to
analyze the existing business.
Analyze,
The management decision could be, I want to pump in more amount. Say till for the past 5 years, I have invested $1,000 billion into my business. Okay. So for the next 5 years, I want to invest more $20 billion. So this is my decision. So in order to do that, first I should understand how my current business is doing. Okay. So I think Ross Kimball has defined the data warehouse simply in a one-line sentence. He says, a copy of transaction data specially structured for the reporting and analysis. He said it's a copy of transaction data because we are extracting from our transaction system only. We are putting the same data, but in a different format that suits our reporting and analysis needs. Okay. We will not load that data as it is. We will just transform or massage it to as per our reporting needs, and again we store it into the database house. It is the same data, but massaged or transformed as per our reporting needs. Okay. So for the next few slides, explain this Inman definition. He says why it is subject oriented and all. So organizations that use data warehousing are retail, financial, manufacturing, utilities, and airlines. These are some of the organizations that use this data warehousing. Retail industry, in retail industry, we use for market planning and customer loyalty. Yeah. In financial industry, we use for risk management, fraud detection. Okay. Yeah. Similarly, we use the data warehousing in these industries: manufacturing, utilities, and airlines. Yeah. And this slide talks about data warehouse. Bill Inman's definition. He says data warehouse is a subject oriented. Okay. What it means is, towards my left hand, I have the operational system, like database systems. Okay. So there, the database is designed for the transactional needs. Okay. So there, the transactional need would be, I need the customer billing. Okay, purchase so and so. Well, the moment you purchase the goods, I need to give you a bill. Okay, I will design my table so that my bill generation would be easy. So I will, while designing the database, the table, I'll keep these things in mind. Okay, I need to group all the data related to customer billing. Okay, I need to group all the tables at one place. Similarly, order processing. Okay, I need to group all the related tables. I need to establish a relation so that my order processing would be easy.
Okay.
While designing, I'll keep the transactions in mind while designing a operational system.
Okay.
But while designing a data warehousing system, it is a subject oriented. Meaning, okay, what are the subjects? What is the sales data? What are the customers data? Okay, like that. I'll keep these subjects in mind. Okay, I need to build my data warehouse for all the sales. Okay, I'll group all the data related to sales at one place.
Okay.
Okay, this slide says organized around major subjects such as customer, sales, and accounts. Focusing on the modeling and analysis of data for decision makers, not on daily operations or transaction processing. Meaning here it is focused for decision makers, not for transaction process.
Transactional process, yeah.
Okay, provide a simple and concise view around a particular subject issues by excluding data that is not useful in data support process. I told, right? Like while extracting from data sources, I'll just tune the data. I'll just transform or massage the data for my reporting needs. When I say tune, I'll just from the transactional data, I'll just take only such data which is used in my decision support.
Okay.
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 So next is integrated. So as I said, right, like I have a branch in say Hyderabad, in Mumbai, in Europe, and some other things. But I should load the data from these different sources into a single places. So the data is getting integrated. Okay, the integration you mean generally getting multiple different cultures at a single place.
Okay.
So I'm getting data from distinct data sources into a single place.
Okay.
Okay, constructed by integrating multiple heterogeneous data sources. Somewhere it could be on databases, at some sources it could be on flat files, and somewhere it could be on mainframe. So though the data is residing in multiple environments at multiple platforms, but while extracting and while loading, I am loading it into a single place called data warehouse.
Okay.
That way it is integrated.
Okay.
And next is non-volatile. Meaning, as I said, in operational data sources, I will not be using storing the data either more than a week or more than a month.
Okay.
But in data warehouse systems, I need to have the as old data as possible, history as many data days of data as possible. So here I will not archive the data or delete the data that often. Here it is non-volatile.
Okay.
Okay. Operational update of data does not occur in the data warehouse environment. Means once the data is loaded, most of the times, 90% of the time, it is going to be only inserts. I'll be just extracting and loading. Unlike operational sources, where you walk into a branch and say you deposited some more 1,000 rupees, they have to update your record so that it would reflect the net balance.
Okay, yeah.
But you will not see such frequent updates in the data warehouse. It just extract yesterday's data, extract today's data, extract and load tomorrow's data. Only extract and load most of the time. Okay?
Yeah.
And next is time variant. It says the time horizon for the data warehouse is significantly longer than that of operational system. Here it says Okay, again it says here it is operational database. You will mostly have only current data, recent data.
Okay, yeah.
But data warehouse, you will have provide information from a historical perspective, from past 5 to 10
Past
years.
5. Okay, yeah.
Okay. So, so as per Inman, he says data warehouse is a subject-oriented, integrated, non-volatile, and time-variant.
Time-variant.
Yeah, time-variant collection of data in support of management data.
Okay.
So the next is like this slide talks about highly about the difference between OLTP, that is transaction oriented, our databases and data warehouse. Okay, he is summarizing all these points. He says OLTP system, it holds all the current data.
Okay.
It is useful for end users. Meaning for
end users.
Yeah, you go to a branch and you want to know what is the net balance. So you are the end user over there.
Okay.
Stores detailed data. Okay, meaning today you make a transaction, you will have that data. Tomorrow you go and make another transaction, you will have even that data. Day after tomorrow you go and make, so it will be more detailed.
Okay.
Okay, but in data warehouse, okay, what are the transactions made by family over the month? What is the total amount of transactions? Okay, over a week.
Yes.
So there I have only summarized data.
Yeah.
Here data is dynamic. You can ignore. I mean, you need not go to go through each and every point, but at a high level, it supports day-to-day decisions. It is application oriented. It is transaction driven. And response time is very quick over here.
Yeah.
So the several large number of operational users. So a bank has some 1 million customers. So all customers are its users, because you might want to know your net balance. I might want to know my balance. So some other user might want to. All the customers might want to know their balance. So all these people are users.
Okay.
But OLAP system holds historic and integrated data, useful for decision supporting system.
Okay.
Stores detailed and also summarized data.
Okay.
Data is largely static. A group of records processed as a batch. Okay, as I said, data I will be giving some time. Okay, say in database system, the data my database would be heated almost every hour. Like the moment you make any transaction, I need to generate a bill. So I need to hit my database. Similarly, in a bank, say you walk into a branch, you make some transaction, I have to hit the database. Similarly, some other guy walk into the branch, he makes a transaction, I have to hit the database. But here in data warehousing, I am just extracting during non-business hours, say for an hour, and I am extracting and loading. Only during that time, the data is updated in the data warehouse. It's mainly a static.
Okay.
So analysis driven, subject oriented, supports strategic decisions and all these things.
Okay.
So now hope you got some idea on what is a data warehouse and why do we need an ETL tool and what are the different ETL tools.
Yeah, I got it.
Now just let's quickly take a look about what is this administrator. I mean, what this administrator mean and what it has. Okay. Ab initio, as I discussed, is used in data warehousing mode, and just like any other ETL tool, ab initio is an ETL tool used for extraction, transformation, and loading. Extraction from distinct data sources, transform the data as per the business needs, and load it into a data warehouse system.
Okay.
And there are many other ETL tools in the market, but out of them, the most widely used tools are Informatica, DataStage, and ab initio.
Okay.
Ab initio is the one of the powerful tool when compared to any other tools like Informatica and DataStage. If you, this is not even comparable. I mean, those two tools are not even comparable in terms of performance to this tool. That is the advantage.
Can you repeat it once again?
From performance point of view,
Okay.
Ab initio is the best tool when compared to its competitors like Informatica and Data Stage.
Okay.
So
Okay.
this provides the best performance.
Okay.
But the only disadvantage is it's a bit costlier than other ETL tools.
Okay.
Okay, from performance
Okay.
point of view, I mean, no other ETL tool can even come closer to this tool.
Okay.
Okay, so this is the course structure. I will be discussing about all the basic concepts and DML, and I'll give you a basic idea of all the terminology. What does a
Okay.
DML mean and all these things, and we will be building some applications, and I will also be letting you know the partitioning, layout, access point concepts, lookups, and all the things.
Okay.
And you will also be having hands-on exercises.
Okay.
Okay, what does this ab initio mean? So ab initio, can you even do you have any idea like what this ab initio before you hear this word from your employer? And have you heard this word anytime before?
No, I didn't hear it.
Okay. So see, if you take Informatica, it has some relation with the normal terminal information. Okay.
Yeah.
Similarly, data stage. Okay, the data is being staged. I mean, some relation with the data, like some data warehouse hold. So in data warehouse hold, information means when data is processed. I mean, the information is something which gives me some idea, which will give me some information. But
Okay.
this ab initio do not have any such. We cannot actually give a guess also. So the reason like ab initio is a Latin word which means from the beginning. In Latin, ab initio is from the beginning.
From the beginning. Okay.
The reason why they went with this name is what they claim is from the beginning. Our software, ab initio software, was designed to support a complete range of business applications, from simple to the most complex.
Okay.
Crucial capabilities like parallelism and checkpoints can't be added after the fact. So he says, I have a business and I need an end-to-end solution from the beginning till the end. I need from the beginning till the end. I need some business solution. I go to ab initio. So they are capable of providing the solution to my business from the beginning till end. I need not contact multiple people or I need not buy multiple things. I'll just go to ab initio and say, okay, first here is my business scenario. I'll give me a solution. So that is the reason they say from the beginning they can take care of anything. So that is the reason in ab initio in Latin the word is ab initio. So that is the reason they went with this name. So we will discuss what this ab initio architecture and all these things in the subsequent class. Like if you want any more details on this ab initio, I'm happy to take. But if you want any break, like if you want me to stop here, I'll do that. These next few slides talk about like what I mean this ab initio architecture and what are the terms in ab initio, like what is the basic programming unit in ab initio, the terminology and all these things.
Okay.
Okay, you want me to go ahead or you want?
Yeah, you can go ahead. Yeah, it's okay for me.
Okay.
If you wanna take a break.
Sorry.
If you wanna take a break, then
No, I can go ahead.
Okay.
I can go ahead.
Even I can go ahead. Yeah. Okay.
So coming to the ab initio product architecture, meaning say when you go to ab initio, suppose I need your software, what are the different things that they give us, and what are the things that I should have in order to install their software.
Okay.
Basically, when I go them and ask for this ab initio software, it's basically client server architecture. So you will have all the client components and you will have some of the server components. And they say, okay, boss, I am giving an operating system called Ab Initio cooperating system. Okay, this is the actual operating system from Ab Initio that should be installed on top of any native operating system. Native operating system systems are our normal, like Unix, Windows, and main. These are our normal operating systems, right?
Okay, yeah.
So they give me this operating system, and they say that it needs to be installed on top of any native operating system. Any means they support Unix, Windows, and mainframes. OS 390 is the mainframe operating system.
Okay.
So basically, what I do is I'll take two machines in real time. I'm saying, okay. But for our training, we'll be using our same laptop on where I will be installing both my server and client on a single machine. But whatever I am saying, I will tell in real time environments. So in real time, you will be installing all your client related software on your local machine or on your local desktop or laptop, whatever is the machine that you would be using after joining a project. And this servers or software would be installed on a central or local server and local host machine on a central server, a central machine. Say suppose you joined a project where you have team of 10 members. Okay, you all are working, so you join from XYZ and you join the ABC project. And there are 10, I mean your total team strength is 10 and you all need to work on some project.
Okay.
So you decide to go with that. So for you guys, so you will all 10 guys would be say all of you are given your own individual laptop or desktop. So this client software is given to each one of you, meaning it would be installed on top of your individual machine. But this server would be installed on some local central machine, and you will be asked to connect to that server machine, all 10 people.
Okay.
So you will have 10 client software, but only one server software. Okay. Same, that server can be used by multiple teams in your organization. It all depends upon what is the capability and what is the system requirements for your project and all. But point here I am trying to say, server means there would be one central server, client means whatever is the individual machine. Okay. So on server part, I will be installing this Ab Initio operating system, which should be installed on top of any native operating system. Okay, coming to the top part, like GDE, which stands for Graph Development Environment.
Yeah.
So this is the software which is installed on the client machine, the laptop or desktop which is assigned to you.
Okay.
So all the 10 members would be having this GDE installed on your machine, and so your client should make an effort to connect to this server before you start working on your project. We will discuss how to connect to that server machine and all. And in addition to this GDE, which is client, and this operating system, which is server part, we also have one more thing called Ab Initio EME, stands for Enterprise Meta Environment, which is used to store the metadata. Yeah. Enterprise.
Enterprise.
Meta Environment. I will discuss in detail what is this metadata and all. But it is just for now, just remember it as, okay, this is used to store, this is a repository which is used to store all your metadata, and it also works as a working tool.
Okay.
So when I go to Ab Initio, say, boss, I need Ab Initio software for my ETL needs, they will give me these two things for mandatory, GDE and cooperating system.
Okay.
And they will say, boss, go and install this cooperating system on your server machine and GDE on your local or client machine.
Okay.
And these are the two things that you need for mandatory if you want to do the ETL thing.
Okay.
And we also have this Ab Initio EME, which is used which can be used as a repository and working tool. If you do not have any working or your own working or any repository tool, you can purchase from us, or if you have your own, you can use that. Meaning, this is not mandatory.
Okay.
See, some organizations might be having their own working or repository tool. In those scenarios, they might not purchase this EMA.
Okay.
Okay, everyone has its own license. So if I have to purchase cooperating system, I will have a license, and GD I'll have different license. If I have to purchase EMA, I should purchase different license.
Okay.
So obviously, if I do not need EMA, if I have some different working tool, I will not buy this EMA. But if I buy, EME can act as a repository and working tool.
Okay.
Okay. So I'll be explaining you this architecture slide again, like once you get the basic idea. So for now, these slides talk about, here I am saying it can be installed on the native operating system like Unix, Windows, and previous OS. But when I say Unix is a generic word. But when I actually want to use any Unix, it will come with different flavors. Say suppose IBM flavor of Unix is AIX.
Okay.
Similarly, HP systems, their flavor is HPUX. Similarly, Sun Company, now acquired by Oracle. Now there is Sun Solaris. So there are different flavors. When I say Unix, again it has different flavors. So each and every, basically Unix is an open source thing, but every organization has customized to its own Unix, and they have started selling this as a product. So IBM has taken that open source, and it came up with this AIX. Similarly, HP came up with HP Unix, Sun Solaris, Red Hat with Red Hat Linux. So when I say Unix over here, it could be installed on any of these flavors.
Okay.
Similarly, when I say Windows, it could be installed on Windows NT 4 or Windows NT 2000.
Okay.
And in mainframes, it could be OS 390 or NCR MCRAM. These are different flavors of the same thing, Unix, Windows, or mainframe. Okay. So graph model. So the basic programming unit of ab initio is a graph.
Okay.
Meaning in ab initio, basically it is a tool. It's a GUIT, graphic user interface. Like it's a tool.
Yeah.
So here you need not start coding, you need not write millions lines of code. So here everything is mostly like a drag and drop. At max, you just need to write some DML expression. You need to open these components and write DML expressions based on your business transformation.
Okay.
So the moment I give you the software GDE, so you will have all these objects. Like so, these things are called. If you see, it has two different things. One is cylindrical structure.
Yeah.
And next are some box structure.
Right. Yeah, boxes.
So in ab initio, we call these cylindrical structures as data set component. So at a high level, each of these things is called a component.
Okay.
And you see, two components are connected by a flow, arrow marks.
Okay.
Arrow marks are called flows.
Okay.
And if you observe a little carefully, a flow is always connected between two ports. If you see some rectangle structures on this, so those rectangle structures are called ports, P-O-R-T-S. P as Paris.
Okay. Ports.
O as orange.
Yeah, got it.
R as Russia. T as Tanzania. S as Singapore. Ports. Okay. In nutshell, if I have to define this graph, ab initio is a set of components. Graph is a set of components connected by flows.
Okay.
So in nutshell, that is the definition. So again, if I have to tell you, like these components could be data set components and program components, but I will start discussing in detail once we start with our course.
Okay.
So here, if you see whatever we discussed now, these cylindrical structures are data set components.
Data set.
These are program components, not just components; they are program components. And these arrow marks are flows.
Okay.
Okay. So the moment you start taking this course, you will see all these pictures. And these rectangles are ports.
Okay. Ports.
Yeah. So these are the components. So in Initio graph is a set of components connected by flows.
Okay.
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 So this is in actually about this Initio. So since you do not have any working background, probably I will not go in detail. So once we start with our actual sessions, then I can take one by one. I will explain you in detail.
Okay.
The next few slides talk about like how does the data set look like. I mean, so basically we need to process the data, right? So data can be stored in flat files. So these slides talk about how does a data set look like. It's a data set is not in flat files. It's nothing but a set of rows and columns.
Yeah.
So in Initio, we call the horizontal thing as a record and the vertical thing as a field. Okay. So we will discuss all these things in detail once we actually start with our course. So these are a bit more in detail. So probably you will get confused. So we'll stop here for today. And if you have any other generic questions, you can ask me. I'm free to answer those.
Actually, it's very clear. I don't have any doubts. Actually, I'll just revise today. If I have any doubts, I can ask you.
You can let Swati know about the feedback, and once she confirms, then we can talk more about like what are the times that would work for you and all.
Okay.
Okay, and you can just let Swati know about all these details, and she will contact me.
Okay, but actually I'm applying for a job like an experienced person, so
yeah, I know how you will get, I mean how the process would be. Yeah, I will be helping you, or like I'll be sharing some of the profiles, and you can take the help of those profiles so that you will get idea like what projects or how to make your own profile.
Yeah.
How to create your own profile. I know you will be putting some 3 or 4 years experience, or probably some 6 years experience. Yeah, I know how it works. So you just let me know what are your expectations, and probably if you have any specific requirements, probably you can let Swati know, and she will reach out to me. And we can discuss. And if you have any other questions, you can just let me know, which I can answer right away.
Okay, yeah.
If not, I'll just hand it over to Swati.
Okay, just hand it over to Swati. I'll ask you tomorrow if I have any doubts or anything else.
Tomorrow might not be possible for me because
like
once
next class.
From the next class.
Yeah, from the next class.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. Swati, you are there?
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah, I'm done with the demo.
Thank you so much, Kaushik.
Yeah.
Sure, I'll get back to you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Shamli.
Thank you,
Swati.
Thank you.
Yeah. Hi, Shamili, you want to talk now or shall I call you back?
Oh, no, you can talk now.
Okay, how was the demo?
Yeah, it's good. It's really good.
Okay, this guy is really good. He has a lot of experience, and whomever we trained through this person, they got placed very fast. Usually demo also many people only gives for 20 minutes, that's all, he goes in depth.
Yeah, it's very nice to hear. It's really good.
Thank you.
Don't have any words actually.
Thank you. So let me know when you want to start, if you are impressed and if you would like to go ahead with us. Let me know when you want to start.
Actually, I just wanted to start from Monday.
But Monday is the India festival actually, Ganesh Chaturthi.
Okay, after that.
Right, Tuesday?
Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday is good.
Okay, at what time? If you can tell me, because your husband told me that we would like to work with the same time, whatever the works here and also in US. So
yeah, actually in Indian time, in the night like 8 to 9, and in US time it's in the morning 9.
Which is 9:30 in the morning for you.
No,
Because
yeah,
you are in
9:30. Yeah.
Okay. I'll check with him at what time he comes back from the work.
Okay.
Okay. If it's not 8 to 9, will it 9 to 10 also work? Give me 2 or 3 time frames.
It's okay. Like 8 to 9 or 9 to 10. It's fine for me.
Okay. I'll just check with him and I'll get back to you and then we can confirm everything.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much. If you have any friends, please refer to me.
Yeah, sure, definitely.
And I heard that you got your H1 approved. We can even place you if you want. We need placement assistance. We can even place you.
Okay, I'll contact you.
Sure. And how much did you guys pay for the H1 process?
$2,000 for regular processing.
Okay. So they gave you the client letter also?
Yeah, they gave, $3,000 and with the client letter.
Oh, that's very good actually. Good to know. Good luck. Really happy. And ab initio market always good, plus the rates are very high for ab initio.
Yeah.
Okay, good luck. I'll get back to you. I'm confirming with that person. I'll get back to you. Okay, and I'll also talk to your husband regarding the payments.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, thanks. Bye.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah, bye.